You know, ever since I turned pro in 1989, when I signed the dotted line, it was strange. Most things changed for the better and for the worse. So I called my mama and she said, baby, must be the money. Yeah.
Well, there's a few things that we cannot forget. We cannot forget who Deion Sanders is. And then we can't forget, how certain people have always carried us. I've come to realize the NFL is just a plantation. It's nothing but a plantation. And despite the physical appearance, right, I'm ashamed to say some of our weakest brothers, that's where they at. Some of our weakest brothers. You may look at them and think that as some of the strongest brothers, you know what I mean, because of physical appearance. But mentally, personally, I'm disgusted with the NFL. I don't watch football. I don't watch football games. Ever since the whole, Colin Kaepernick fiasco, my eyes have been opened. And I'm ashamed to say that because it's way more evidence truth, but I wasn't really ever a football head. So, you know what I mean? But the NFL, the corporation, the American corporation, the National Football League is a plantation. It's a slave mentality, whole organization and program, man. The whole thing of it, brother. If you watch how, even if you just listen to NFL players talk, man, most of them don't care. That's why a dude like Colin Kaepernick was such an anomaly, man, because, normally they don't even care. That's why a lot of brothers didn't stand with him, but not a lot of brothers didn't kneel with him. They didn't care, man. And then we got Deion Sanders, man. We can't forget, like I said, we can't forget. This man's a cowboy. We already seen what what type of time JerryJones was on. He was leading the fight against against segregation. So he was out there in Arkansas keeping the kids out of the school, putting pressure on the black kids that was just trying to go to school. So, we remembering that, and then remembering how tight Deion Sanders was with him, and it's crazy because I seen Shannon Sharpe, and the first thing Shannon Sharpe says is that they gave him a deal too good to pass up.
Sad for Jackson State and HBCUs. So many layers here.
I was more excited and happy for Deion, who's a very good friend of mine. We talk constantly.
And obviously that was part of the plan. Why else would they give you a deal that's too good to pass up? You've been retired all these years, and they ain't throw you no head coach position nowhere else. They didn't care. You had to go get it out the mud and help your people. And that's how you hurt them. That's the threat to them. You got to understand that the threat to them is you helping your people. And you abandon that for some money. You already played in the league for X amount of years. You're a Hall of Fame. You that guy, man. You got your respect, the admiration, and you got your money, man. At this point in the game, you can't give back at this point, bro. It can't be about something bigger than the money, than the payday at this point. But then again, must be the money. You know what you stand by. You know who your friends are. JerryJones. I guess, it wasn't a ploy for the people. It was a ploy to get your credibility as a head coach up. And what you wanted always in the back of your mind was, you wanted daddy's approval, man. And it's a shame, man. It's a shame. Because like I always say, man, if you're not familiar with me, talking how I talk, it's not about the person. Because it's not about, what we war against is principalities. We war not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. So it's not about the person. It's not about, me trying to personally attack Deion Sanders. It's just me exposing, teaching and revealing, uncovering, the master plot against us and how it's being orchestrated, man. Through things just like this. Man. A guy who we thought, but, whatever his motivations was, the simple fact was, it was the HBCUs that have historically been left out of and monopolized on the outside of media markets, major things that can contribute to the growth of the school and the publicity of the school. And we know this is all dates back to desegregation, where JerryJones first stood apart from. Just like he stood at that school and blocked those students from coming in and getting a fair and equal education, that's the same way that the NFL does right now with the HBCUs, and college sports does with the HBCUs, by blocking them, standing there, literally blocking them from getting major networking deals, from getting media coverage, from getting sponsorships, right? This is the same way that they blocked them. So what Deion Sanders was standing with an HBCU and bringing elite talent to HBCUs and bringing in resources to HBCUs was doing a lot for HBCUs, for college hopefuls, for the African-American community in general, giving more opportunities for guys to play at the next level. Even though I'm not really even with them playing at the next level, because it's a whole different set of disagreements with football in general. But that's neither here nor there. The opportunity should still lie, for somebody to, like they say this American dream is, the pursuit of happiness, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So, of course, that threat to them made them, let's throw him some money, because, of course, to them, men, when it's a war, when it's something about principle, it's bigger than money. Your life is on the line, you would pay whatever. So, of course, they gave him a handsome, like they said, like Shannon Sharpe said, it was too good to pass up. Of course, they gave you something you wasn't going to be able to pass up. It is what it is.
So what's it going to be, Deion? Football or baseball?
Both, boss.
Both?
Both.
Offense or defense?
Both.
Both?
Both.
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 Pizza Hut.
Meat lovers or stuffed crust pizza?
Both.
Both? Both.
Want it all? Now Pizza Hut offers our Lovers Line toppings. Meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, or supreme. Piled high in a stuffed crust pizza.
So what'll it be, Deion? 15, 20 million?
Both.
Both. You'll love the stuff we're made of.